Hello and a warm welcome to today's Vedic Math Stories. It's a pleasure to see you live from all the social media, uh, YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter. It's a pleasure to see you live, gentlemen and ladies, and a warm namaste. My name is Gaurav Tekriwal and I represent the Vedic Math Forum India. And today we have a very interesting celebrity in the Vedic maths genre, and I would like to welcome him first. But before I do that, I'd like to read a little bit about himself. So, our guest today is Shri Vishwanath Unkalkar ji. Professor Unkalkar ji is a veteran in Vedic maths with about 25 years of teaching experience in Vedic maths, and he has been connected with a lot of organizations like Vidya Bharati in Karnataka and the Shiksha Sanskriti Uttanyas in New Delhi since 15 to 20 years. He is also an author and has written over 10 books in Vedic mathematics, six in English, three in Marathi, and one in Kannada. Also, he's authored a set of two videos or DVDs of about 12 hours of his lectures on Vedic mathematics. He has conducted over 600 workshops and innumerable introductory lectures on Vedic maths and also Vedic maths quiz competition from district level to the national level for Vidya Bharati. So, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to welcome Shri Inkalkar ji. Namaste, sir. कैसे हैं आप?
नमस्ते नमस्ते बहुत अच्छे हैं कहिए
It's a pleasure to be with you, sir. And you have been my guru as well. We know each other since over 15 years plus, I think.
डेफिनेटली
Let me show you a very old picture when I was visiting Bangalore. तो
या
ये
या
आपके साथ लिया गया था. Sir, my first question to you is कुछ अपने बारे में बताएं. Tell us a little bit about yourself, sir.
मेरे बारे में बोला तो मैंने तो सिंस माय चाइल्डहुड आई एम ब्रॉट अप इन कर्नाटका स्टेट ओनली सो माय बर्थ प्लेस इज बेलगाम वेयर आई completed my graduation, but before that uh,
I think there is some kind of a connection lag. Uh, these technical issues keep coming in, but before we go get into that, I'll just give a chance and shout out to Sir. I'll just give a shout out. I think some connection error there. Guys, give us a minute. We'll be right back with Professor Udkalkar.
सर वो कनेक्शन एरर हो रहा है इंटरनेट.
So meanwhile, we have lot of viewers who are viewing us. I think Professor Udkalkar ji will be back very soon. So we have Alka Dalmia who's saying Namaste, excited to see Vishwanath ji. And then we have Pragya Jhunjhunwala, would love to hear his journey, pleasure to hear him. Absolutely, Pragya ji, we're waiting to hear his journey as well. Let us give us some time and he'll be back soon. And then we have Vaibhav Gaur, who said, love to hear from you, all respect. So thank you, Weber, for that comment of yours. Just waiting for him to get back on track. So before we go, I must tell you that I'm associated with Unkalkar ji for a long, long time here. I think it's over 15 years. We go back over 15 years, and we I have had the opportunity to learn so many things from him in Vedic maths. That is how to teach, how to understand some of the technicalities, how to apply sutras. And Professor Unkalkar ji has done some amazing, amazing research in the field of Vedic maths, which I will let him to talk about it. So we have a question. How you met him? Tell us, Gaurav, how you met him. Absolutely. So he was in Bangalore. He stays in Bangalore and I in Kolkata. And I was researching in Vedic maths around 2005 to 2006. And that is when I came across his book. And his book, The Magical World of Vedic Maths, was a path breaking book. It was one of the best sellers in the field back then. And I read it. And it had such an amazing resource to learn Vedic maths. I just put the book again. And then I decided I must go to Bangalore to visit him. And so I did. And this is the first meeting in fact, I had with him in Bangalore. The professor sir is there. And then his wife is also there, who's with the Brahma Kumaris, I believe. And they live a very, very nice life in Bangalore. So, and then we organized a conference together, which I leave him to talk more about. This was in Puri. So we went to Puri together. This was back in 2008. We met the Colonel Sankaracharya of Puri in 2008 and had amazing, amazing blessings from him. And together we learned so many new things. So I think he's taking some time and it's I think I should give shout out. My team is calling him. Seems like there is some internet connection. So what I'll do is I'll keep the call till here. I will connect with him again, and I'll ask him to come back again. Some issues on the internet technology front, guys. Okay, there's a question by Alka Dalmia. What has been your major takeaway from him? So yes, there's been lot of takeaways from Professor Unkalkar ji, and especially because he's so very approachable, and you can knock him at 2 o'clock in the night, and if you don't understanding a sutra, he is right there to help you. He's right there to support you, and he's been very kind to do that. I think Professor is back. Welcome, sir. How are you? I hope the internet connection is okay. सर आप मेरी बात सुन पा रहे हैं? सर आपकी आवाज मेरे को नहीं आ रही है.
Hello, hello. Can you
Now
now?
I can. Now I can.
Yes, yes, yes. Sure.
All right. So welcome, sir, Professor Sir Unkalkar ji. Welcome back once again.
Ah,
And so we were talking about a little bit about yourself when
ah,
there was a little bit of internet lag, I believe.
yes, yes, yes. I told regarding my matriculation I was talking about. So SSLC, earlier it was SSC. Now, then it was changed to SSLC, Secondary School Living Certificate. That is matriculation. And ours was the first batch in 1962.
Oh
So
my
in
God! Wow.
62, I completed SSLC. Then 4 years for graduation in Belgaum, that also in Karnataka state, and later on for MSc, master's degree in Karnataka University, Dharwad. So they are all nearby places, and later on, after within a year or so, I joined uh, West Coast Paper Mills, Dandeli, which is hardly 20-25 kilometers from Halyal, and there I worked for 35 years.
Wow.
Uh,
Wow.
so
35 is a long, long time, sir.
long time. First service joined, and there itself I retired. That was,
Ah.
so I
So how?
joined as a chemist and retired as a manager.
Wow.
R&D.
Wow.
That was
So,
my service journey.
so sir, Vedic maths कैसे हुआ? I mean, I'm still intrigued that you are in West Coast Paper Mills working as a manager. How did the passion for Vedic maths happen?
One thing, when it was ours was the research center, R&D center, and I could publish the various research paper on pertaining to the paper industry. That was the first. And during my course, I was also a press reporter in one of the papers in Belgaum, Tarun Bharat. And
Okay.
when I was a press reporter, I have to uh, go and collect the news and then send it to that paper and other thing. At that time, I came across one lecture on Vedic maths that fascinated me, and then I inquired, got the uh, Dr. Puri's address. There, I completed correspondence course. So, correspondence course from Dr. Narendra Puri from Roorkee. It has SSG, that is one group is there, spiritual study groups, SSG, and through that he was teaching Vedic mathematics correspondence course. Then
Right,
second
sir.
course was in Kundapur, Karnataka itself by Dr. S.N. Padiyar. So it has started. My journey has started then, like this.
तो सर स्टार्टिंग में कैसा था प्रमोटिंग वैदिक मैथ्स इन स्कूल्स और कॉलेजेस कैसे करते थे आप लोग प्रमोशन टू गेट मोर स्टूडेंट्स इन वर्कशॉप्स कैसे होता था सर वो बताइए
हाँ, तो उसके लिए क्या है, हमारे वेस्ट कोस्ट पेपर मिल की जो एजुकेशनल विंग है, तो उनके कॉलेजेस है, स्कूल्स है वगैरह, दांडेली में ही है। तो उनकी तरफ से मैंने डॉक्टर नरेंद्र पुरी को 3 दिन के वर्कशॉप के लिए इनवाइट किया था।
वंडरफुल वंडरफुल
हाँ, तो एक बार इनवाइट करने के बाद अ, ऐसे हो गया कि उन्होंने बोला था कि हम तो इनवाइट करेंगे, पैसे खर्च करेंगे, लेकिन आपको देखना है कि ऑडियंस आएगा, ये वैदिक मैथ्स क्या है किसको, हमको तो पता नहीं है, आप अकेले को ही पता है, आप कुछ तो कुछ करो। तो मैंने रोटरी क्लब की तरफ से एक मेरा लेक्चर, फर्स्ट लेक्चर, दैट वाज माय फर्स्ट लेक्चर, वो अरेंज किया था मेरा। तो हम
वाओ
सोच रहे थे कि रोटरी के एक 10-15 मेंबर, उनके वाइफ्स एंड स्टूडेंट मिला के 40-50 होंगे, लेकिन उस समय करीब करीब 150 लोग प्रेजेंट थे। और
वाओ
उनको पूछने के बाद एवरीबडी वाज एक्साइटेड, and we called or invited Dr. Narendra Puri to Dandeli. And during his 3 day stay, there were about 300 participants. We have to have two batches, one in the morning, one in the evening, like that 3 days. Two batches were running simultaneously.
wow I mean that says a lot about the uh, popularity of Vedic maths since that
Yes.
day
in
and it's
in our place, and there itself he has suggested me to write the books and others, so that clicked me to write the books. And first introductory book I have written, that story will be there later on, but this was the beginning.
So let's talk about the first book, The Magical World of Vedic Maths. I
Mm.
remember reading it very early. I'm talking about 2005, 2008. Between that
Yes, yes,
period, I was
correct,
reading
correct.
that book.
Mm.
Let's show everybody. I already showed the picture, but let's show it again. So this
Yes,
was
yes.
one of the bestseller because at that point in time, so there were hardly any simpler book on Vedic maths, and your book was a bestseller. That said, it's give very unique calculations and a lot of research was done by you, sir.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, it is not the first book, it is the third book, so to say. Third
Yes,
book means first book was Introductory to the Vedic Mathematics Part 1, next Introductory to Vedic Maths Part 2, and third was the Magic Square small booklet was there. And those three books combined together in 2004 has made Magical World of Mathematics. So it is a
Wow.
combination of my earlier three books together. So the first part was only arithmetic, second part was only algebra plus other things. So I combined, say, multiplication is there, arithmetic multiplication followed by algebraic multiplication and so on. So combined together, and like that it was three in one book. That is the first book.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. Let's take some questions from the audience which has just come in. So we have let's bring up a question. So Soumya L. Hi sir, my kid is in second standard. I really want to introduce Vedic maths. Please guide how can I start? Would you like to say something here, sir, to Soumya?
Main thing is actually Vedic mathematics, uh, because she is in second standard, and hardly she will be having addition and subtraction maximum to that extent. That can be started, but the teacher or the one who is going to teach, he should have a patience to teach her. That is the first thing. Because
Yeah.
normally the Vedic mathematics having the topics like multiplication, various types of multiplication, division, and then square, square root, cube root, and so many topics are there. Till say matriculation, even if you see the reciprocal, divisibility, and so on. So it is better if Vedic mathematics, to some extent, up to third, fourth standard, fifth, sixth standard, very slowly we have to go. Later on, we can have it because they will be learning what is square, what is cube. So easy methods of finding squares, cubes, square root, cube root, they are available easily. But I think it is useful for seventh standard and above. That is the best period to learn Vedic mathematics. That's what I feel.
We have a question. We have a comment from Rohit Raj Solmane. नमस्ते सर जी, सर मैं आपको जानता हूँ, मैंने आपसे बात भी की है वैदिक मैथ बुक और डीवीडी के बारे में। मेरे पास आपकी बुक और डीवीडी दोनों है। आपको देखकर बहुत खुशी हो रही है।
Oh,
तो
thank you. Thank you very much.
तो आपने मैजिकल वर्ल्ड वाज द कंपाइलेशन ऑफ 3 बुक्स एज यू सेड।
Yeah.
उसके बाद हमारी आपकी एक बुक आई थी मैथमेटिक्स व्हिच
Excel
वाज
with Vedic
एडवांस
maths
वैदिक
after
मैथ।
3 years. Yes. Yes.
कुछ उसके बारे में बताइए ना प्लीज।
Excel with Vedic mathematics. Actually, the first part contains mostly the arithmetic, algebraic part, then magic squares, as well as I think Pythagoras theorem. So how to find other two sides if one side is given. Normally, if two sides are given, we can find the third side, or hypotenuse and one side is given, we can find the other side. Whereas by Vedic method, we can find if any one side is given, whether hypotenuse is given, we can find other two sides, or any one side is given, we can find hypotenuse and other side, like that. So that chapter is included in Magical World of Mathematics. So I was thinking about the higher application of Vedic mathematics, and probably because of a small accident, my right foot was fractured, and I was on bed for 6 months. And during that period, I could study and write the Excel of Vedic Maths book. And it contains mostly the introductory part of determinants, calculus, coordinate geometry, and various topics are there. Reverse oscillation, that is the one most important topic, and we can find the quotient and remainder as well. So, like that, so many topics are there.
तो वन थिंग आई मस्ट से दैट यहाँ से आपसे बहुत प्रेरणा मिलती है। इट्स वेरी इंस्पायरिंग कि अ, हालात के बावजूद कुछ कर जाने का, कुछ इसको आगे सफल करने का। जैसे यू टॉक अबाउट इट, यू वर इल, योर लेग वाज फ्रैक्चर्ड एंड येट यू वेंट अहेड एंड रोट दैट बुक इज एब्सोल्युटली कमेंडेबल। ये
Now,
बहुत
because
बहुत प्रेरणा
that
की
that,
सूत्र है
that
सर।
was the only spare time I could get. Otherwise, I was wandering here and there from this state to that state. Compulsory, I have to sit at home. So automatically that created, and family support was also there. No? So automatically they were providing everything on bed. So
दैट इज अमेजिंग सर, बहुत दैट इज अमेजिंग, बहुत इंस्पायरिंग है ये। आपने बहुत सारे रिसर्च भी किए हैं, विच इज वेरी वेरी कमेंडेबल। एंड ये आपकी रिसर्च है, उसके बारे में कुछ बताएं सर, जैसे ऑस्किलेटर्स में, डिविजिबिलिटी में।
अच्छा, हाँ तो मेन क्या है, तो इफ वी कंपेयर सपोज स्वामी जी's बुक दैट वी कंसिडर इट एज a standard and God for us book for this Swamiji's God for us. And as far as my research is concerned, it is so to say compare the Swamiji's method is like this, and extension of one is the research, so to say, in general. So, for example, if it is a Nikilam multiplication, for one example I am giving, Swamiji has given if two numbers are near same base, means 100, 1000, 10,000, etc., or sub base, means 200, 5,000, 3 crores, etc., etc., we can, so both numbers must be near the same base or same sub base. Then only in one line we can find it out. And the similar
Wow.
in going to further, what I have done is when two numbers are near different base sub base. So one number is near 200, another number is near 5,000. So how to multiply such in a single line? That's what
Wow.
I have done, and that has been already included in magical world of mathematics. So, as far as the divisibility is concerned, Swamiji's method gives positive and negative oscillators, so to say, what they say. And by that method, we can find whether a given number is divisible by that oscillator. So, say 59 is the oscillator, and if the number is 49,575, whether this number is divisible by 69. So instead of 69 dividing and then later on seeing that yes, it is divisible as per the regular method, instead of 59 we use 6 as a oscillator and find out in a single line whether it is that number is divisible or not. Whereas going further, that is the Swamiji's work. And
Correct.
going further, applying the formula Nikhilam Navatas Charamam Dashataha, that is Nikhilam formula, we
Yes,
can
sir.
find what is the quotient if it is divisible. If it is not, we can't find. If it is divisible, we can find the quotient. So
Wow.
that was
Wow.
one more research. Another research was reverse oscillation. So in
Right.
usual oscillation, like addition, subtraction, multiplication, we come from ones place, tens place, hundreds place, and so on till maximum extent. Whereas in reverse oscillation, we go reverse way. That is like division process, highest place to unit place. And by that, we can find out quotient as well as remainder if the number is not divisible. So if the number is not divisible also, we can find the quotient and remainder by reverse oscillation. So that was one more. Another was magic squares. How to find
Mhm.
the how to build up the magic squares. So it has three different these things odd, that is 3, 5, 7, like that. Then
Mhm.
in even there are multiple of 4, means 4, 4 to the 8, 8 by 8, 4 by 4, 12 by 12, 16 by 16. It has got one method using Paravartya Yoje, that is the method which is applied, Vedic method applied. And another is 4 plus 2, 6, 6 plus 4, 10, 14, 18, etc. That is 4n plus 2, like that. So that has got one. So 4, 8, 12, it has got one type of filling of the numbers, and 6, 10, 14, etc. another one. So like that, these are some 2, 3 research works which I have carried out.
So I must say, tell everybody about your videos, which
Okay,
is
okay.
in the form of DVDs. So it's Vedic Mathematics by Professor Sir himself, and it's available in two video set. And I think snippets of that you can find on YouTube as well. Sir, how did you get about getting your DVDs on Vedic math? Tell me about the entire story.
And no story as such. Main thing, wherever I was going to teach, and my students were very excited to learn something about Vedic maths. And so, what happens usually, to have a book with them and to read and then to follow, it is some kind of difficulty they will be facing. So, what I thought, if I prepare a DVD which includes various methods in a particular operation. Suppose if we have a multiplication, we have got in Vedic method there are 5 6 different methods are there. If they
Yes.
are there in one go, whereas easily they can find out, and there is no need to refer book or anything, just they will get the book. And it is like 1 hour lecture, there are 12 lectures in the DVD. So in 1 hour lecture, in 1 hour it is like sitting in the classroom and just hear the lecture, and in that they will easily learn whatever operation they need. So like that, there are actually 10 operations: multiplication and division. They have got two this topics that are considered as two. So totally there are 10 topics included.
So we have Mr. B.N. Mohapatra, who's also watching for the fact that it's an excellent DVD set. And
Ah,
then somebody from LinkedIn says great. And again, Mr. B.N. Mohapatra offering you some
Mahapatra.
flowers. And
Yes.
we have a message from Anushri Goenka Tekriwal with my wife. Some lovely memories I hold meeting Unkalkar sir and his family in Bangalore. What a
Wow.
lovely host. Much regards to you, sir.
Thank you.
So that is amazing. That is amazing. So now let's talk about little bit about how has the support been from the government or other organizations on Vedic maths.
Uh, Organization, yes, definitely there is a support from this thing, but as for individual basis, I have not yet tried anything, any aid required, or no, I have not yet have tried that. If I would have tried, I would have got yes, ifs and buts, that is. But whereas you have already told at the beginning that my one introductory book on Vedic mathematics was translated from English to Kannada, and the publisher was is from Bangalore itself, Sakshi Publications, Sakshi
Okay.
Publishers, Bangalore. And usually they even in Purana and all this Vedic literature, they publish it in their own language, our own language, Kannada, as me. So
Mhm.
when this was published, the first edition, it has a cost of 150 rupees. And
Okay.
when it was later on uh, they have applied for the government aid for this book, they received the aid, and now the cost of book has been reduced from 150 rupees to only 50 rupees.
Wow. Wow.
So so to say, my book is available at government reduced price at 50 rupees, but it is in Kannada language. So for Kannada language people, definitely they can make use of it.
So tell us about the support from other organizations if you would like to highlight.
Ah, okay, okay. So first, when I learned Vedic mathematics, when I started giving lectures from my own town to little nearby, so slowly I was going ahead. So when I was in Belgaum, I had a meeting with Vidya Bharati people, and then I joined, because you might be knowing that Vidya Bharati, they have across all the country there are about 15,000 schools. At that time
Right.
there were 5 or 6,000 schools. Now it is increased to more than 15,000 schools. So in Kannada, this Karnataka, this state, uh, Vidya Bharati Karnataka, that is there, and with the with this organization, I have given so many lectures. I have taught so many teachers, innumerable teachers. I don't know now. I can't remember for so many years, and
But
every
they
time.
do remember you. They do remember you because we have Mr. Mahapatra again saying even sir's book are not less than a live class.
Oh,
So, so people do remember you. You may not be knowing them, sir, but I'm sure you have made a very big impact on all the students who and teachers who you have taught, sir.
yeah. And for Vidya Bharati also, as you have already told, that the quiz competitions are go on from the basic level to national level. They go. So from district level to state levels. In state, two, three states together, one zone will be there. There are some 5 or 6 zones in throughout India. First number of each zone will go to the finally to the national level, and they will get the prizes of 1 2 3, and they have as per the class 4th 5th 6th standard 7th 8th 9th standard, like that they have 3 4 categories are there, and that is known as Shishu Varga, Bal Varga, Tarun Varga, etc., etc. So each class, each Varga is having the prize distribution and other things at national level also.
Wow, that
So
is
this
amazing.
year,
And
ah, book.
I remember you have written a book also on the quiz, right?
Ah, because that quiz competition, it is the oral competition. Say that if there are 3 schools, each school will have 3 participants sitting at one. If there are 3 different schools, they will be sitting separately when we ask the questions, and the questions they will have to orally answer. Suppose if they what is the square of 1012, they will have to
Mhm.
tell the answer orally within 30 seconds. Like that,
Wow,
there are 10 topics, 10 questions, and whosoever, which high school or which group wins, that goes ahead for the next category, and so on.
superb, superb. Sir, you have had an amazing journey in Vedic maths over 25 years. So, कुछ highlights बताइए, some highlights about the journey which is memorable to
Highlights,
your experience.
highlights मतलब आपको क्या चाहिए ऐसे?
नहीं, anything, some memorable episode. इतने सारे जन से आप मिले हैं,
अच्छा,
आपको प्रेरणा कहाँ से मिलती है? सर, एनी मेमोरेबल एपिसोड जो आपको याद हो?
तो फर्स्ट मेमोरी इज डॉक्टर नरेंद्र पुरी's visit to my place, that is Dandeli, where I could, with the help of West Coast Paper Mills Dandeli Education Society, a workshop of 3 days. And that has a real impact not only on the learners or audience, but on me also, because it has given me a boost to write the books and how to conduct the lectures and other. I could easily learn many more things from Dr. Puriji. That is the first. Second, Shankaracharya Nishchalananda Saraswati. You might be knowing with yourself and Kenneth Williams. We had a visit at Puri, and those 3 days we spent with Swamiji. That was an unforgettable experience.
Wow. His blessings reach manifold, sir. It's amazing.
And after teaching, when we see the smiles on the faces of the students, definitely it gets more energy to teach more and more.
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely. Before I go on, there is a message from Basavraj Godar. Namaste, sir. I'm a friend of Shri Tukaram Chitta. A
Oh,
very nice DVD, sir.
thank you, thank you.
I think
Okay.
you know him. And then Basavraj Godar again says this. And my last question, let me come back to you with that.
Hmm.
Any message, sir, for those students who want to learn Vedic maths? कुछ आप कहना चाहते हैं? कुछ any message?
Okay. But the main thing is to spread the Vedic mathematics. And for that, to spreading the Vedic mathematics, uh, teaching is the best way to learn Vedic mathematics. What I feel.
Wow, wow, that's amazing,
Because
sir.
suppose if we tell a division or some any process we teach the student, then they will ask some question which we even do not think of that. Then we'll have to think, okay, if this is the question, how should I solve this in Vedic way? So automatically their questions will improve our teaching and our learning also. So that is the main thing. And another thing is, those students are interested, how many teachers take interest. That is the main thing. Because as far as normal, those senior teachers, if we consider,
Mm-hmm.
perhaps, I don't know exactly, perhaps at least 50% of those we can consider them as they have built up an inertia. I am teaching this regularly since so many years. Why at all to learn this new method and teach to the students? That inertia, probably,
Correct.
that is there. But if the subject is made compulsory or introduced in the syllabus, whether it is they have the inertia or not, they have to learn. So if it is included in the syllabus, definitely. And thirdly, faculty, we should prepare those throughout India, those who are teaching Vedic mathematics, they should prepare students as well as the faculty, so that today we 10 persons are teaching Vedic mathematics, tomorrow there should be 100. Like that, it should spread throughout India and globally also.
Amazing. Amazing. Thank you, sir. That was very, very inspiring and very, very motivating personally to me. I'm grateful to you for a lot of your teaching, sir. And I remember when you came back to my house back in 2008.
Calcutta.
I,
There also we had some 2 3 lectures there in your college schools.
yes, at St.
Yeah, yeah.
James's School at the Bhawanipur College.
Yes,
So
yes.
it was still I just related to what you said earlier, like Narendra Puri ji did the same for you, and you were the same for me, sir.
Thank you.
So it was like that. So I'm thankful to you for being a guest today on Vedic Math Stories. It's a pleasure to have you, sir. May God give you a lot of power to spread Vedic math across the world like you have been already doing. More blessings to you, sir, from God above, and may all your wishes come true, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Namaste.
Thank you. Namaste. Namaste, everyone.
Thank you. So that was an amazing session with Shri Vishwanath Unkalkar ji. Such a humble man, and so much to give, so much to learn from him. And it's a pleasure to have him on this show. I still having goosebumps. So there's lot of stuff to learn from him. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining us today. My name is Gaurav Tekriwal, and you can reach us on Vedic Math Forum India at vedicmathsindia.org. And I look forward to your comments and viewership in the next episode of Vedic Maths. Thank you. May God bless.